Hello and welcome, this is Old Man Poole. We'll be running through another Dominaria Draft League here today. I'm excited to get started. Hopefully you guys are not quite tired of the format yet. I'm still enjoying it quite a bit. I think I could realistically draft this for a long time and not really have it get old for me. But let's jump right in. Do want to do that. Oh wow, cool. That's a heck of a first pick. Karn, the best first pick in the format. The fact that it's colorless is just absurd. You'll play it in every one of your decks. It's very, very good. Yeah, I'm going to say it's the best. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration. I can't think of anything else. There may be other cards that are better if you know you're in those colors, but yeah, pack one, pick one. Karn's fantastic. Ooh, sorry, I almost talked over Karn. I feel like that's got to be heresy. I want to say before we go into the draft too much, thanks to everyone that has subscribed to the channel. That really helps me out. It really helps other people find me on YouTube. I've seen a tremendous increase in my viewers lately, and I really appreciate that. Welcome to everyone that's new, everyone that's been here for a long time. You guys, fantastic as well. I wouldn't be making content without all of you, so thanks so much. Thanks for all the likes, all the comments you guys do on the videos. Really helps the community kind of grow, and it's fun to see everyone interact, and I really appreciate it. So, thanks so much. We'll get back to the draft. I know that's why we're all here, but I don't know. It means an awful lot to me, all that you guys do, so thanks so much. Okay, out of this pack, we have, I think, probably Llanowar Elves. We've got Urgros the Empty One, which is fine. Other than that, this pack's pretty bad, honestly. A Relic Runner's kind of borderline, Dauntless Bodyguards, kind of borderline. I really do like this card quite a bit, but I think that Llanowar Elves is probably just higher raw power level. Plus we can get that sweet turn 3 Karns, that seems alright. And, okay, so Yavimaya Sap Herd's a pretty good follow-up to Llanowar Elves. We've also got a Mammoth Spider, Academy Journey Mage, and Fungal Infection? Although I think Fungal Infection's worse than the others. Mammoth Spider, despite looking quite a bit worse than the Sap Herd at first glance, I think it does line up very well in this format. Green often wants some big, sort of beefy reach defenders, and this counts for it. There's a lot of good flyers in the format, and when there's board stalls, just picking in for a couple points of damage in the air is how a lot of decks try and break that, and Mammoth Spider just is a very clean answer. Let's take the Sap Herd here, though. I think that even though this is good, this is a little bit of a higher pick. Wouldn't actually be surprised to see the Mammoth Spider wheel. That does happen now and again. Ooh, alright, so we have a pick here. I think it's just Grow from the Ashes this early on. Shauna can be very good if you know that we're in green-white. We have a good setup for it. Adventurous Impulse is solid. Memorial to Unity is solid. I think Grow from the Ashes is just best. This card is fantastic. Lets you splash, play a whole variety of colors, and I've just been quite impressed with Grow from the Ashes every time I played with it. There's a Sylvan Awakening in this pack, which is kind of interesting. This can be a very, very potent card in some matchups. Just lets you win the game kind of out of nowhere. It kind of doesn't do anything too. There are definitely times where, like, if your opponent's beating you down and you've got a Sylvan Awakening, like, this can buy you a turn, but that's kind of all it does. We've got Gitu Chronicler is probably the best card in the pack. I think I'd take it over Sylvan Awakening. But Sylvan Awakening is on color, or maybe you're going to be playing kind of a land-heavy deck. I think I might take the Sweet Rare. I played with this one time before. It may just be worse than Chronicler, but I'm still trying to figure it out just a little bit. Let's take Sylvan Awakening. Ooh. So it's a late Thallid Omnivore. It's another Gitu Chronicler, though. I feel like I've seen, at least in the last pack, there was more red than black. I think green-black is kind of the best color combination when you can get it all working. Maybe we should just take the Chronicler 2 in a row as a sign. I think we're gonna lean towards red here. Omnivore, I think, might be a little bit better, but I was feeling like we were just getting more of a hookup on red, even though we've just been taking green cards so far. We've got Broken Bond here. I think we'll take that over Gaia's Protector, and over a bunch of kind of unplayable red. Hey, Adventurous Impulse. This is not actually our first pack, although I think there was one in our second pack. That's right. Probably take that here. Pretty solid card. I'm happy to play this pretty much always. Doesn't find Karn. I guess that's a little bit of a disadvantage. It's possible that Run Amok will find a place in this deck. We're looking a little bit more defensive at this point, but Run Amok can be solid. I think it's better than Kellan Overseer and Voltaic Servants. kind of just whatever. Well, I think we'll have the opportunity to pick up a handful of 1/3s if we want them. Nothing here for us. I guess the best card in the pack is probably Befuddle, because we'll take Fervent Strike if we're already leaning red. Bloodstone Goblin's not exciting, but not a bad late pickup. Fire Elemental also not particularly good. Okay. So, not absurd or anything. Ooh, wow. This pack, though, this pack is great. Ooh, this is actually a pretty big choice. Song of Freyalise is just better than Tadiova, right? Especially given that we're already, like, we're definitely in green. I still haven't played Tadiova. How much of a shame is that? This card is so sweet, and I just have never been able to play with it on my side. I don't think it's real likely either of these come back around. I think we're going to take Song. I think it is probably just better, but that hurts. Ooh, that's a pretty nice pickup. Grand Warlord Radha here. We actually don't have tons that it synergizes with right now, but just as a 3/4 haste for 4, it's fine. And fairly regularly you get some extra value out of it as well, so not unhappy to pick it up here. This is a card that I'm not really very excited about, except for in green-red specifically. But in green-red, it does good work. Ooh, Sheevan Fire. I was thinking this pack was probably going to be an easy fungal plots, but I think Sheevan Fire does beat it out. It was just being covered up by Radha in all of her glory. That's a she, right? Pretty sure it's a she. Sheevan Fire. Great pickup. So we could look at Shauna now. We don't actually have tons and tons of go wide stuff. We have a little bit. I guess otherwise we're taking like Gift of Growth, which is fine. I think we'll probably take Shauna here. I think there's enough upside with this card that it's a pretty solid splash. Don't want any of these red cards. It's a good late blink of an eye. Silent Omnivore again, although black has just seemed pretty cut. Let's take Ancient Animus. I don't love this card, but I think it's one of our best options still here. Kind of a late Sanctum Spirit. I'll take Fire Intervention. Yeah, another fine removal spell. And if we can play for like a longer game, things like Karn just will give us a lot of value. So picking up removal seems pretty solid. Even Sentry's pretty good, better than Krosabu's, but I'm just going to keep taking the cards on color. Pierce this guy's great. Wonderful sideboard card. We can play this main deck as well, and it's not embarrassing, but usually you want to come in out of the sideboard, in my experience. There are not an insignificant number of decks that this misses on, and if you already got other good removal like Sheevan Fire or Fire Intervention, I think I'll play that first. But if you're removal light, I can see playing Pierce the Sky main deck. Taking a lot more Envoy this time, Envoy. And I guess Primordial Worm. We might need a little bit more beef on our top end. It's not a bad thing to ramp into from Radha as well. Another Primordial Worm? Sure. Okay, so I feel like green-red has been quite open. I feel like we maybe haven't gotten nuts hooked up, but hopefully this last pack will have like Territorial Allosaurus in it, and we'll just be happy. Eviscerate and Eldritch Reborn would be good splash options, but Territorial Allosaurus is fantastic. If you can kick this, it's great value. If you can't kick this, it's great value. Yeah, let's take the Allosaurus. Not look a gift horse in the mouth. Llanowar Elves here. Probably just going to take that. We also have Gilded Lotus, which is a little bit interesting, although we don't have actually tons we're ramping super high for. Yeah, guess I'll just take the elves and not feel bad about that. Mammoth Spider's a good pickup. Yeah, it's the second Wrath Capation in a row. Wish I could have grabbed that, but it is what it is. Goblin Barrage now. It's just another fine removal spell. Yeah, we actually haven't really found anything I super want to splash Forth Grow from the Ashes. This pack we're just going to take a Sap Herd. Definitely solid. Obviously great with Song of Freyalise. So there's Onsera's Wings or Blessed Light, which we can splash for. We're already kind of looking for Shauna. Probably Blessed Light's just a better splash. Onsera's Wings is interesting. And I think I probably would play it off the splash if the Blessed Light wasn't here. But this is just such a good versatile removal spell. Although I never quite realized how crazy her eyes are here. Guess that's the advantage of seeing everything nice and up close and personal. Play Adventurous Impulse. Seems fine. Gross and Druid. Actually, I think I want Radiating Lightning more as a sideboard card. Druid's okay. we super low on 3s? No, we're doing okay. Rating lightning for the sideboard. Another impulse here. I wonder if I'm better off drafting like this. I just feel like it makes these cards feel so little. I do kind of like seeing the curve. You guys will have to let me know which you prefer. Another adventurous impulse. That's a lot of them. Makes the splash very easy. Also helps us find like territorial allosaurs. Doesn't find Karn, which feels a little bit bad, but I mean, it's not like this hurts our odds of drawing it either. Once in a while you put it on the bottom and then you feel bad about it, but meh. I think it works out the same stats wise. Let's take the Keldon Warcaller. Not something we're going to be hoping to play here. Guess Fire Elemental as well. Okay, so I don't think we like ran away with this draft or anything, but we do have some pretty high top side or high top end. Have a whole host of playables. Let's cut those, cut that. Probably cutting Run Amok. I just don't think we're aggressive enough to be super excited about that. And we think we do want Grow from the Ashes, even if it's not like nuts. Don't want Radiant Lightning main deck. Don't want Guy's Protector main deck. I have a bad habit when I'm drafting on Arena of not removing the cards that I don't really want. Okay, so that's 42 right now. Let's look at how our curve is. So we got 2 Llanowar Elves ramping us up into some pretty good threats. We only have 1 great kicker card to really activate off Grand Warlord Rada, but that's okay. Do we want Ancient Animus? We have 4 removal spells outside of it. Ancient Animus I think is probably the worst of them, but maybe we should still just be holding on to it. Wow, this deck really recommends a lot of green. Not sure it's quite that heavy. Bloodstone Goblin we could maybe take a pass on. This makes Song of Freyr at least a little bit worse. The Song actually may not be at its best in this deck. How many creatures do we have? 13? Still good enough to play. And I guess we'll find them a fair amount of time with the many adventurous impulses. Maybe we should cut like 1 of those. They're not really all that clunky though. Like I feel like we can get away with it pretty easily. We could maybe cut Grow from the Ashes. I think this card's just very solid though. Like I'm pretty rarely going to be unhappy to have it. Maybe we cut Ancient Animus. What do our creatures look like? Really not that big. We have 2 Primordial Worms as a top end. But even outside of that, I think relying on our other removal might just be a little bit cleaner. That brings us to 40 right here. I don't think we want 12 green sources. That just does not feel like that can be correct. Although, on the other hand, maybe we do. I mean, Gichu Chronicler requires double red. That's it. We have a lot of adventurous impulses. Having 1 green source is going to be massive in this deck. I think I still like 10. We'll probably just play 1 plains though, right? It's maybe 1 plains, 1 more forest. So 11, 5, 1. And just count on us being able to find that plains through all of our adventurous impulses and Grow from the Ashes. Okay, I think this deck looks pretty sweet. It's my first time playing with Karn. I'm super, super excited for that. We're maybe a little bit just clunky with some of our other cards. Like Territorial Allosaurus is obviously great. We're splashing for like Blessed Light and Shauna. I feel like I could see this deck like ramping up to something and just kind of not hitting anything, I guess is maybe my main fear. Actually, I guess with all these adventurous impulses, probably should play 1 less land, especially with Llanowar Elves. So let's actually play 16. I think that'll make me a little bit less likely to whiff late in the game. So I guess maybe we'll bring back in Ancient Animus. Okay, I think that feels actually a little bit better. And I don't think we'll have too many problems with all of the impulses running around. Maybe we do want 4 and then 1 then. Having a forest turn 1 is going to be really important, I think, for this deck. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think the draft went entertainingly. As I have done in the past, I guess just the 1 draft prior to this, I am going to pick and choose. I kind of the 3 best matches from among however many we get done. That does feel a little bit bad. I know that it's kind of more fun to see them as one long continuous set, but also the draft is often the most exciting part, I know, for a lot of you guys. Definitely exciting for me. So I think like 1 draft plus 3 games is a pretty good combination. That gets us to about an hour-and-a-half video. Whereas if we go all the way to like, say, 5 wins and 2 losses, that's 7 matches. Best of 3s, that gets really long. Like that can be easily a 3-hour video, which is a long time for me to edit, and I think it also gets a little bit old for you guys seeing the same deck over and over. So yeah, like I said, I'll pick and choose. I'll try and tell you guys my record at the beginning of every one of the matches, but I guess I'll see you for match 1 or match 2 or whichever one seems appropriate. See you guys there. Okay, so we are playing match 2 here. We are actually 1-0. Our first opponent we had a really, really good start, managed to chain Rada into Territorial Allosaurus and just kind of run over them in game 1. And then game 2, they got down to, I think, the first 12 cards and only found 1 land. It was pretty brutal. So I'm stuck in kind of a tough spot, actually, because I really want to show you guys off that match 1, or that game 1, because it was so cool. But yeah, game 2 was not as much. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. The game 1 was pretty sweet. Opponent playing a Johnny Master Race. We've got a fine hand here, I think. We've got Forest and Adventurous Impulse that hopefully finds us more lands. Also got Karn. Yeah, let's keep. The odds that this finds a land off the top, actually, I don't know it exactly, but I guess at this point it's looking at 1/11th of the deck. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure one of you guys can do the math on the fly here in the comments. Point being, we found it. We'll take a mountain. Kind of sad to ship Territorial Allosaurus, but I don't think we can really mess around with that. So, Territorial Allosaurus probably not going to show up this game. Let's Adventurous Impulse again. Still looking for lands. I think the double red for Chronicler. Especially, we need triple green for the Allosaurus, but I think that's the main thing that we need lots and lots of green for. We're also more likely to draw green over the course of a game, so let's take that. We can play Llanowar Envoy next turn, then Karn the turn after. Uh-oh. Blue-red can mean aggro, especially with the unkicked Chronicler on turn 1. We really do want to draw land next turn. Our deck says there's a forest on top. Not sure exactly how it came to that conclusion, but even though this is a great feature in theory, it does seem to be a bit bugged. Yeah, I would definitely block. My opponent was going to try and go for it there. Chronicler number 2. Come on, land. Nice. Okay, and now we get to play Protect the Karn. Seems okay. Even with like a... What's that card? That's very good, Karn. I'm proud of you. Let's go ahead and reveal the top 2 cards. Even if my opponent has like a run amok, I think we're doing okay. Chronicler or Elves? Elves is worse at this point in the game. Oh, that's true. I guess my opponent gets to choose. Details. Okay, they gave us Elves. And no attacks. Cool. Yeah, we'll play the Defend the Karn game. They did find a land now. Adelies would be kind of annoying, but still not terrible. Yeah, Karn will take 2 for us. Loyalty on this guy is something else. I think we are just going to Goblin Barrage that. We could Fiery Intervention, but I kind of want to get the Elves down. Let's reveal some cards.
Regret that choice.
Okay. Opponent's going to give us a land, I imagine. And I guess we shouldn't have played our land first. That might have changed things for my opponent, but not too big a deal. We will deal 4 damage to a creature. And play Llanowar Elves. And again, for as long as we can keep Karn alive, this game really is just Protect the Karn. It's going to get us so much card advantage as the game goes along. I guess we had 2 Adventurous Impulses. I was wondering how we're already down to 23 cards in the deck. So opponent divinated there, imagine looking for lands, since they seem to be a little bit stuck. So we have the option of drawing a Chronicler or a Sapherd. If we draw the Chronicler, we could bring back stuff, but I think probably just playing Primordial Worm's our best line, so I'm just going to keep plussing, I think.
How convenient. An excellent choice.
Okay. Gonna grab a Forest. And Primordial Worm. Do we want to sing with the Envoy? Probably not. It's not even a particularly good attack. Chronicler for Envoy. Okay. So next turn we'll have access to 8 mana. We could play Shauna plus Sapherd. Ooh. Okay, Warcry Phoenix is nice. You attack 3 or more creatures, it gets bigger. Still going after Karn, I have to imagine. Yeah. So maybe Karn brings back like Chronicler this turn. No, I guess that's kind of expensive still. Do we just want to play Fire Intervention? It's using that a little bit haphazardly, but I guess we can still follow it up with like a Sap Herd, which isn't bad. We will have 8 mana. Maybe let's start with that. And I think we do need to take care of the flyers. Okay, let's keep drawing cards. I guess we should have drawn first.
The choices we make reveal who we are.
Yeah. Okay. Play a Sap Herd. John is going to be the real deal next turn. And attack with our worm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this has really just been... We're like backseat here. Karn is definitely driving. Okay, Adelies. 2 Adelies is pretty good. My opponent's deck looks actually... I'm not in love with Warcry Phoenix, but other than that, pretty solid. 2 Chroniclers. And Run Amok. Okay, so my opponent has officially gotten rid of Karn. This is like 6 now, yeah. Okay, so we can't bring back any of these, which is a little bit unfortunate. We have a lot of extra lands in hand. But let's go ahead and go to combat. Shauna is going to be on the way in not too long. I think we also will swing with the Envoy this time. That's okay. If my opponent wants to double block, they can. Okay. And Shauna. I think we're going to be insurmountable here. I mean, Karn got some pretty good value. Adelies swing. Opponent's still desperately trying to get some good damage in. And that's some pretty good damage. Okay, play our Grand Warlord this turn. And go ahead and go to combat. Leave back 2 blockers. Let's see, they realistically have to block those 2. They jump somewhere else, take like 6. Yeah, I think that's okay. So we have a lot of lands. I don't think it's realistic my opponent can kill me. Maybe this was a little bit of an aggressive play, though. If they have just like a whole bunch of cantrips, ops, or something and can chain them. Yeah. Looks like my opponent blocked fairly aggressively anyway, so it's probably still going to work out. Yeah, again, this was the Karn's game for sure. I'm a little bit worried about this matchup. My opponent looks like they've got a pretty good blue-red spells deck, and that can definitely put an end to us pretty quickly. So a lot of Journey Mages, 1 Run Amok. Okay. I think we're going to bring in some of our 2/2s for 2, just like not Acidic Slime. I wish Acidic Slime was in the set. That's another one of my favorite cards. Corrosive Ooze. And Kelvin Warcaller, just as some defenders. Nothing else there seems great. Pierce the Sky seems pretty solid. Definitely going to cut down a little bit on our top end. Sylvan Awakening still seems a little bit bad. I don't think the game's just going to go long enough. Sylvan Awakening is a weird card, because you want the game to go long, but you don't want it to be super, super board stalled, which doesn't happen all that often. What are we at right now? We have 2 extra cards as it stands. We could just cut like all the Primordial Worms. Kind of like some finishers. Maybe we don't need it though. But like one of those, and maybe one of the 2-drops. Maybe we're a little bit overboard on 2s. I don't really want to cut Venturous Impulse just because it helps us find our bombs so effectively. Maybe we'll cut Keldon Warcaller. Okay, so that is at 40 now, correct? Let's run that back. Took a little bit of time sideboarding there, but hopefully you guys will forgive me. It was a fast game one, at least. Oof. Blue-red spells is the boogeyman of the format. It feels like I ran into it a lot at the very beginning. I haven't seen it quite as much lately. Okay, this hand's good. Let's go ahead and keep. Plan on Llanowar Elves into Sap Herd. Have Sheevan Fire to answer the first Adelies. Territorial Allosaurus might just come down for a 5/5 for 4. Ooh, Voldalian Arcanist. One of the less terrifying wizards, but still not bad. Okay. Yeah, I think we're probably just gonna play this on 4. It's probably gonna be fairly hard for my opponent to effectively answer. Ooh. Getting some good sweet value off their Divinate. You do have enough lands to get there eventually. Maybe we should sandbag it. I think just getting a 5/5 into play. And since this matchup is so very tempo dependent, I think that it's good for us. Actually, maybe we should have used Llanowar Elves first there in case they had like a Sheevan Fire they didn't use, but I would have used it on their turn. They saw that we weren't attacking, maybe they'd use it though. Yeah. Regardless, I maybe should have used it main phase. This card is just so big though that if my opponent plays like an Adelies and swings next turn, it's like, alright, I'm gonna hit you for 8 with the Allosaurus. This is... Okay, they didn't have the Sheevan Fire. Glad they didn't shoot the Llanowar Elves. So that was a little bit greedy of us. Okay, they've got the Adelies. Again, though, just like an attack isn't that absurd. It's not bad. Venturous Impulse is a great draw. Just very likely to find us a little bit more action. Not in this case, though. Play our Mountain. Go ahead and go to combat. We want to kill Adelies right now. Guess we don't need to, probably. Card's always so scary, because it can just kill us out of nowhere. I think I'd rather wait until, like, my opponent's end step or something, though, and take a couple of points of damage, potentially. We definitely won't play it into open mana, because we don't want my opponent to just randomly pump Adelies. Fight with fire. Okay. Do we kill it now? Yeah, I think our clock has just gotten a lot worse. So I was thinking we might want the Sheevan Fire to, like, remove a target. I think we actually will kill Adelies now. Okay, and now we've got a lot of lands in hand, and our opponent's got stuff going on. Fight with fire was pretty good. No blocks. Ooh, there's a Karn, though. Oh yeah, Karn. Yeah, what a great draw. We want to keep one mountain up. In case we find like a 2-drop off the top. Opponent probably would have to give us 2.
Worse than the likes of you.
That's probably true. Karn's a baller. Okay. I'm just giving us a land. Not real surprising. Do we want to attack? I don't really want to chump block this. Run amok wouldn't quite do it. Yeah, sure. I think we'll just attack. Opponent is very stuck on lands. They have an Adelies. So they're going to swing Karn down to a not insignificant amount. So you can play Corrosive Ooze. Karn's not super likely to survive in that instance. Yeah, I guess let's just keep revealing. Okay, they're going to have to give us something good here. Something better than the Ooze, so that worked out well for us, I suppose. Really do want to find white for this Blessed Light. Fair enough. Let's go to combat and take swing for both. My opponent is at a, like, low life total here. Well, they're almost certainly going to kill Karn next turn. If they're swinging all out at him, I mean, they're taking a lot of damage. Okay, Journey Mage. So that only shoots opponents now. That's actually kind of significant. Oh wow, I couldn't kill Karn. Don't like all these lands. Just keep revealing. Card advantage is card advantage, even if they're lands. Ooh, my opponent has to give us a real card here. Giving a Ski 2 Chronicler. We have Sheevan Fire, which we can get back. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy they gave us that one. Especially because they knew we had lands. Wow. Well, let's actually make sure we're going to tap the right way here. Play the Chronicler. That was a good hit off Karn. That was pretty superb. Pretty lucky for us. She even fire Adelies away. Is that both Adelises? It is. Well, unless my opponent has 3. Doesn't seem incredibly likely, but not impossible either. Okay, I think I'm okay swinging with this Envoy here. Yeah, my opponent is pretty incentivized to block, given their life total. We have some good cards we can get back with Karn. Still nothing like absurd, though. I guess we can always get Ancient. Okay. Now the question is, they do not have a way to get it back. So if we get back Ancient Animist, we have Lethal. We play Grand Warlord, kill that, swing for 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite enough. That is a lot, though. Odds are my opponent won't recover, because we're going to have 4 attackers, they'll have 1 blocker. I think that's good enough that we should just go for it.
What was lost is now returned.
Take a link. Ancient Animus. Play Grand Warlord. And Animus. Our opponent's Arcanist. Yeah, and we're swinging for a lot here. Sure. Doesn't really matter. If only it made white. Come on, Rada. Get your act together. Okay, well, we had some pretty stellar draws, I think, to take down the blue-red deck here. One had 3 Adelies. It's pretty absurd. And a Fight with Fire. Like, their deck looked really good. I don't think we would have beat them without Karn giving such overwhelming advantage both games. Whew. That was a cool match, though. It was fun. Yeah. I'm happy to be 2-0 here. I will see you guys for our match 3. Oh, look at that. And a free Champion of the Flame. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, see you guys match 3. Alright, when last we met, I think I was probably playing the blue-red Wizards deck, which was a pretty sweet matchup. I'm happy to be showing that one off. In between then and now, we had a match where Karn really kind of took over and dominated, and my opponent then mulliganed in the next game and just played a couple of turns and then gave up. They actually, I don't think they were that far behind. We were kind of stuck on mana ourselves, but we killed 1 or 2 of their threats, and I guess that was just enough. So hopefully this game's a little bit better. Looking pretty solid here. We do need to find red or white, but even if we're just playing like a turn 4 Primordial Worm, that's still a turn 4 Primordial Worm. Let's go ahead and keep. 2 Llanowar Elves is quite the start. Opponent has mulligan down to 6 right off the bat here. Seems to be a common ailment for my opponents in our matches so far. Okay, Forest is quite a bit worse than a Mountain, but we'll take it. Forest is still better than, I think, a lot of our other draws, so... Come on, Mountain. Almost. Okay, let's go ahead and get in with our Llanowar Elf. And play another Llanowar Elf. And see what my opponent's up to. They may be stuck on green. Post mulligan. Okay. No Steel Leaf. What's that card even called? Steel Leaf Shenanigans. Sentinel? Something like that? Point being, I'm happy there's not a 5-4 over there. Next turn we get Primordial Worm, and then we have a bunch of cards in our hand that we can't cast, but 1 Mountain does unlock them. And if we find Plains, we can play Shauna as well, which won't be bad on this board. Shauna, I don't think is ever going to be, like, disgusting in this deck. It's often just going to be like a 4-4 or a 5-5, but I think it still merits inclusion. The upside in a board stall is pretty high. And no blocks. Oh, and I both staring down with mono green here. Fortunately, there's no Galtas in these decks. Ooh, okay, Talent Gorger's big. Fortunately, Primordial Worm's a little bit bigger. Next turn we could Adventurous Impulse. Again, hopefully find like an appropriate land. We found a Mountain, we could fire Intervention away the Gorger. Cast Down's a good clean answer, unfortunately, there. And they're taking 7 this turn? That's a lot of damage. We're going to find something pretty good off this Adventurous Impulse, I think. Ouch, ouch. See Seems unlikely my opponent's actually mono green, but I guess it's not impossible. Okay, actually Territorial Allosaurus isn't bad. Oh, I guess that's true, they're not mono green. Duh, they played a Swamp and Cast Down. Okay, Mammoth Spider is a good blocker. Hopefully we'll hold down my opponent's Gorger and Envoy. And we're only one land away from Territorial Allosaurus with Kicker, which could definitely twist the game in our favor. Even if we don't find a mountain. And we were playing like a massively high green land base, so we have to expect some games we're just not going to find our secondary colors on time. My opponent's swings are definitely blocking. They have a combat trick, they just kill us. Okay, cool. Looks like they don't have a combat trick at least. I'd imagine no kill spell either, otherwise they'd just get in. Another Envoy. Okay. Well, we have an Envoy of our own. Not going to play the Allosaurus yet, we're so close to getting value, I think I'd just rather wait. And let's go ahead and pass. No particularly good attacks here. I guess Llanowar Envoy... I guess that's true, we can play Shauna, can't we? Off the Envoy. This is the first time I've ever actually used this ability. Hey, Shauna, that's pretty sweet. She's even a 5/5 on this board. And next turn we could potentially play like Radha. Yeah, okay, Llanowar Envoy, doing work here. I'm liking that. Yeah, I am down. Okay, my opponent found plains as well. Looks like they may just be a little bit flooded. Okay. I think we're just gonna go for the Allosaurus here. We could play Radha. Let's see, we're gonna have 7 mana available. You could like Fiery Intervention swing. Allosaurus just feels too good though to not go for it. Nice. Man, this card is something else. It's just so efficient on both sides. Are we gonna try and kill off the Gorger? My opponent has a trick. It would be bad, but it seems very unlikely. Oh, Adamant will. Okay, they did. I think they probably would have gone for it in the past, but maybe they were aware of the Territorial Allosaurus. Okay, well, definitely no reason to attack now. That's solid for my opponent. Yeah, I guess maybe that is better. Alright, so now we've got 1, 2, lots of mana. I think Fire Intervention just swings gonna be better. We could attack in with Radha, but it's a sacrificial lamb. So let's go ahead and add red. Fire Intervention. Pull off the Gorger. And then swing with an Envoy and Shauna, I think. Leave the Spider back to be a good blocker for us. My opponent can double block Shauna here if they want. They would have to have an additional trick to get us really bad. Did not. So if my opponent goes for any like shenanigans, we could get them with Radha again. So we can swing with her. She would just trade for an Envoy, but if we play her now and the Sap Herd, we swing. Assuming my opponent has nothing, they block Radha and Sisay, and we get in for 6 damage. Doesn't actually feel like absurdly good, but I guess if they're not blocking Shauna, that's right. Because if they have to double block Radha, we just kill them. So yeah, we should go for it. Let's play red. And play a Sap Herd. Make Shauna just ridiculously big here. And swing with everything. Because they have to chump block there, otherwise they're dead. Yeah, I think that's okay. Maybe let's leave the Mammoth Spider back. Just keep playing it cool. I don't think that there's a world where we lose from that, but if we play it slow, I think we're still going to get them next turn as well. Alright, look at us with all these multicolored cards. Llanowar Envoy, MVP, good night. Ooh, Slimefoot. Okay, Slimefoot's the real deal. So, we swing everything relevant here. We don't really want to get in with the sap herd because it will just die. We are hitting for... Oh no, do we have lethal? We might have had lethal, I didn't even count. They make 1, they're at 6, they chump block. Yeah, actually might have been really bad. Whoa, 999 of each. That's kind of interesting. Okay. Yeah, I probably had lethal. Oh well. They chump block, they chump block. I think it's still gonna work out for us, but... Yeah, that was, we absolutely had lethal. I did not count at all. Sorry. Oh, the shame. The shame. Okay, that was a solid game. Like I said, Llanowar Envoy, definitely MVP here. What do we want against mono green stuff? Don't like Pierce the Sky much. Mostly I think usually you just kind of want beef against these decks. Radiant Lightning can be good. One didn't show us a lot of Saprolings, but they did have Slimefoot, which is pretty good on its own. I think we're actually just going to keep it as is for now. Sylvan Awakening, maybe we should just pull out. We pull out the Sylvan Awakening, what are we playing? Gaia's Protector? Radiant Lightning? Maybe we want like a Run Amok. I'm not confident we're going to be on the beatdown though, but I guess if we're not on the beatdown, Sylvan Awakening's still pretty bad. Okay, I think Run Amok might actually be a little bit better. Very, very good with Shauna. Let's play that. I can't believe I missed lethal. That was just me being careless. Okay, fairly good hand here. Happy to keep this. Don't have any creatures, but Venturous Impulse is likely to find us one. We have Achievement Fire. I think we're actually going to kill the elf. We're not even going to wait around here. I think if you can Achievement Fire an elf on turn 1, you Achievement Fire an elf on turn 1. Okay, opponent does not have a second land, which is nice. Or it does have a second land, but no 2-drop play. Venturous Impulse. Guess we'll go and grab Sap Herd. Chronicler's maybe a little bit better. But we're a little ways away from double red still. And just a little bit low on mana in general. That's probably would be too greedy. Okay. So we've got Envoy, which can't be double red. Look at this Envoy doing extra work. Okay, Sergeant at Arms. Interesting. So I guess we're gonna play Envoy this turn then. Probably be willing to trade if my opponent swings in. Is that the case? Fixing is nice. We can play Shauna. No, my opponent didn't swing anyway, so that's a moot point. We may have just taken it there. Okay. We have land. We can play Llanowar Elves plus Sap Herd. Not quite have Shauna yet, but then the turn after we could Shauna plus Awake Ancient Animus and probably kill off the Baloth Gorger. That seems pretty good. We can also use the Fire Intervention if we needed to. Maybe we do that if my opponent leaves mana up. We can also just try and double block the Gorger. Don't really want to use them as Envoy though. Yeah, I think we're just going to take it here because I want to get Shauna into play pretty badly. Ouch. Okay, another Gorger. Double the Gorger, double the problem. So we can grow from the ashes, grab white and green, play Shauna. We can play Shauna, Ancient Animus, have a big Shauna. I think that actually might still be best. Okay, so let's tap green, green, make white. There's no way we can do this with Grow from the Ashes, right? If we kick this, this costs us 5. Then we can't Ancient Animus, which I think we really want to. Okay, so there's a big Shauna. Well, Ancient Animus when my opponent has no mana available. So creature we control, creature an opponent controls. And I guess we'll swing at the Envoy now? Okay, so we are ahead on board. Shauna obviously looks pretty big, pretty solid here. one of the best targets in our deck for Ancient Animus, so that worked out well. Okay, Llanowar Elves just on its own is not particularly intimidating. No attack is good for us. Ooh, a Territorial Allosaurus coming down the pipes next turn. That seems pretty solid. Don't have a particularly good attack, but we probably will next turn. So let's kicker. Go grab red and white. And no attacks. But big angry daddy Allosaurus is coming. Opponent does look like they're stuck on lands a little bit here. Yeah, that's kind of rough. Oh, Steelleaf Champion. That's what it's called, Champion. I think I knew that. So we get Song of Freyalise. Actually, seems pretty good. Play the Allosaurus. Although it fighting, actually, the Gorger doesn't sound fantastic. We Song of Freyalise, though. That gives us access to... I guess we've already got 7, 8, 9, 10 mana, so we could Song... and then Territorial Allosaurus. Kill off the Baloth Gorger next turn, Fiery Intervention, probably. Sure. I think playing the Song here has just got to be correct. Okay, and then we'll tap this guy for green, and this guy for green, and this guy for green. Play our Allosaurus. Kill off the Gorger. Yeah, my opponent, I feel like they've just been, like, really kind of unlucky here in a lot of ways. Like, we just had... They played, like, a good threat, and we've had a good answer. And they played a good threat, and we've had a good answer. We've just drawn really, really well to line up against them. I didn't want to swing there, because we didn't actually want to trade damage all that much with Fire Intervention in hand. We can make a really big attack next turn. And my opponent trades with Shauna. That's not particularly good for us either. Ooh. Okay, Onslaughter's Wing's going to gain them a lot of life, but it is running into Fire Intervention. That would be very good for my opponent. Okay. Yeah. I guess we should play Adventurous Impulse first. Actually, just be correct here. Doesn't really matter, it looks like. Play our Mountain, play Fiery Intervention, and again, this is just, like, something lining up perfectly against our opponent. They've been pretty unlucky. Yeah, okay. They have had enough. Well... I mean, my opponent definitely, like, put up a very solid fight there. I felt a little bit bad just how well we drew. I think they played fine. It's just sometimes you can't beat your opponent's draw, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Well, we have hopefully just 2 more matches. Or I guess just 1 more match, potentially. So... Cool. I'll see you guys maybe for our last match. We could go that sweet 5-0. The dream. See you guys there. Alright. It all comes down to this, sort of. Sort of. We have multiple opportunities to get here. I guess we can afford to lose once and then win. If we lose twice, then we get the ultimate shame of going all the way and losing at the last moment. But our deck's good, right? Like, hopefully we can just finish the job here. Playing against Haas with $2 signs. Look at this guy. Has all the dollars. Hand looks fine. Let's go ahead and keep. We don't have red for Sheevan Fire, which is a little bit annoying, or Goblin Barrage. But again, Adventurous Impulse will hopefully help us find it. And opponent mulliganing again. Goodness. Feels like that happens a lot. Wow, down to 5. That's pretty brutal. So assuming we have, like, even a sort of medium draw here, I think we'll be able to get my opponent. It's really, really hard to come back from 5, especially in Limited, when so many of, like, the best plays are 2-for-1s. Like, we just got to play, like, a free Territorial Allosaurus, almost. Not quite that good, but... Let's play Adventurous Impulse. Got a Mountain, that's great. Let's go ahead and play the Mountain. Let's play another Adventurous Impulse first. And Llanowar Elves is kind of whatever, but I guess it's a hit. Play the Mountain here and pass. So we have Sheevan Fire for anything like medium-sized and annoying. We do want to find just like some threats now. We're not doing tons and tons. Let's get in with our Llanowar Elves. And pass. See if my opponent can keep hitting land drops. Okay, it looks like they've got 2 colors even. 2 colors. And Sergeant at Arms, which is very fine. Okay, well, we got lots of lands. Not much to do with it. Let's go ahead and just pass here. We ramped very, very successfully. And that is one disadvantage of ramp decks, right? It looks really, really good when you get to play like a big fatty early, but when you don't, sometimes you just don't do anything. Something we can kill, hopefully? Yeah, okay, we'll kill that. Oh, oops. I had end turn. Kind of irrelevant given what we've drawn. I guess maybe we'll Sheevan fire the Sergeant at Arms. Maybe we pass, though. My opponent tries to drop, like, Onsar's Wings or something. That potentially can get us some good value here. We just take 2 extra damage. Yeah, I guess we'll double block, and then if my opponent tries to use a trick, that will be okay for us. No, not going for it. Okay, yeah, we'll just take 2. This potentially lets us kill something a little bit bigger. Hey, Sapling Migration. Yeah, you know, I think I'm just gonna kill the Honor Guard. That's fine. Well, I guess Sergeant at Arms you'd probably rather kill. Yeah. So we could have saved ourselves 2 life there, but wouldn't have played around a combat trick, which potentially would have let my opponent get back in a game they had no business being in. Oh, perfect. Territorial Allosaurus is our definition of a threat. You can play with Kicker. We'd have been very sad, I guess, if we traded off there. But everything worked out excellently. Our most expensive card in the deck drawn. And 2 removal spells to back it up. So assuming they can't just kill it here, I think my opponent's in a tough spot. I'm just going to attack with everything. My opponent can trade off for elves, but elves just aren't doing that much for us anymore. Song of Freyalise, I guess, is kind of the one exception to that, where they'd get bigger or better. Okay, let's just end the turn here. Yeah, my opponent feeling the pain of that mulligan to 5. They have a lot of cards in hand. We've drawn a lot of lands to our credit, but I think they're gonna have a tough time surviving here. Ooh, blue. Okay, even Century. Yeah, we'll just kill that. Okay, I guess there's no reason to play the next land. Leave the fear in my opponent's heart. I guess if they had like a 5 toughness creature, there could be some downside. Okay, Radha's pretty good here. We do show my opponent this card by playing it, but if they have something to take care of the Allosaurus, this gets in for a couple points of damage, so that's a good thing. They could have like the 3/3 or Blessed Light, fair enough. Yeah, but this means we still get in for a point. And again, I wonder why it says 9.99. I don't get that. Ultimate power for Radha. Okay, we can Goblin Barrage away 1 blocker. Probably still get there. It's like a shell. Snapper actually stalls us. Okay. We could still lose here. We've drawn a lot of lands. And Coldwater Snapper is a really, really good threat to back us or to help finish the game. What if we should use Goblin Barrage instead of Animus? Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. Cloudreader Sphinx is annoying. I think we can afford to take a couple of hits potentially here, so we might play it slow. Yeah, another land. We just want to kill this. I want my opponent to try and get greedy, but I don't think they ever will. Alright, so maybe just removing this right now. On the other hand, what artifacts do we have in the deck? Do we have any artifacts? I forgot to take a picture of the deck. Can't think of any, actually. Any artifacts in the main deck? I cannot think of any. Maybe this is a mistake, but I can't think of any. Okay. Alright, we'll keep sitting on our hands here. Obviously, Sylvan Awakening, which is at the bottom of our deck, will maybe kill eventually. Uh-oh. Ooh. Okay. Teshar is a problem. Mace Unicorn, also pretty good. Eh, my opponent might stabilize at 1 here. The ultimate shame. Okay, no blocks. Okay, Primordial Worm's a pretty good draw. I guess if we swing my opponent's committing to double block with Tesha, they do gain some life, but getting this off the battlefield might just be pretty important. Alright. We'll trade. Come at me, Teshar. Yeah, there's no way you don't double block here. Oh, wow. That's really conservative. I mean, I'm not unhappy about that, but it feels really conservative. Why would you not double block? You're expecting the Mace Unicorn to get in? It's some sort of... Oh, dub. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Okay. That hits pretty hard pretty fast. Not quite hard enough. They would still have to chump block with the Snapper. Okay, so we can just swing with both here, right? Because we have lethal otherwise. They have to chump and they still take 3. I'm not sure I like that Arid Mesa line. We still have to chump block and... Like, now we're ahead on creatures again. I mean, if they find anything, we are at 7. Oh my goodness, Kawende! What even is that? Oh no! Oh! Oh, what? Oh! Well, I guess that plays good if your opponent's playing with, like, complete precognition. What the heck? Oh, I feel abused. Oh, the pain. Okay, well, we're gonna play Pierce this guy, I think. This is good against Arcane Flight and the handful of flyers we saw. Broken Bond actually seems okay too, because my opponent's playing quite a few enchantments. Oh, my heart. I didn't think there was any way we could lose that, but we found a way. What are we cutting? Ancient Animus is always early on the chopping block, certainly. So is Sylvan Awakening. I think I want a little removal. Both Primordial Worms seem okay. We might need a way to break through the turtle on the ground. So I guess let's cut maybe those two. Animus is always fine, but Pierce this guy is just a little bit better when there's lots of targets. Oh, my heart. I can't take this, guys. I can't take this. Alright. That's okay. Easy rally here. Oh, that Quende. Oh. Truer tragedies have never befallen. Oof. Do we keep this hand? It's pretty slow. It does have Mammoth Spider and a removal spell and a lot of lands. We're likely going to get there. I'm a little bit worried we die before then. We have a lot of good early draws. I am going to keep. This is pretty speculative. My opponent just plays like Mace Unicorn Beatdown. We could definitely lose. It's powerful enough on the top end, though, that I feel bad tossing it back. Okay. Another land wasn't particularly good at that point. We do want to find him eventually, but... Oh, Mace Unicorn. Yeah, that was one of the cards that I talked about as far as our beatdown doom. Hopefully no, like, dub get in there. Yeah, we'll take it. Pegasus Courser. That's pretty good. Okay, well, we succeeded in not finding anything, but that's okay. We take 3 this turn. My opponent looks like they're stuck on white. Taking 3. They go up to 24. We play Mammoth Spider. Hopefully they don't have an answer. Okay, Teshar. Good, but not, like, busted at this point. And hopefully the Mammoth Spider is just, like, a stop sign that my opponent can't get past. Okay. Dub doesn't do it for him. They're being careful about their mana. Deep Freeze. Okay. Okay. So, this is a tough spot to be in, too. Demolish Honor Guard. Oh man, we're getting so punished. So I think I need a Fire Intervention. I need to kill off the Courser. And there's a problem with leaving Teshar in hand is that they just have a Historic card. We're in so much trouble. But if they have a Historic card, we might just be losing anyway. Demolish Honor Guard fortunately doesn't do much. Take 3. I guess maybe we do kill Teshar. The life gain is irrelevant. Like, we can't afford to be thinking too much about that right now. Ugh, it does not feel good. Especially because it's very possible my opponent will just have like a dub or something next turn. Really need Pierce this guy off the top, I think. Pierce this guy could get us back in it. Yeah. We got to 7. Oh man, all because of that stupid Quende. Oh, Quende dub. The pain in my soul. Okay, well. Play our Primordial Worm. We need to find an answer to this Pegasus Courser immediately. Won't have, like, Syncopate? They do not. My poor spider. And I mean, we kind of asked for this. We had a really slow hand. We kept it. Definitely could have been a mulligan there. We didn't draw particularly good to save us, but... What even is this? It's a horse riding on top of another horse. Shenanigans, I say. Still don't think we play Song of Freyalise. Guess we should just swing with the Primordial Worm. We're gonna have 2 blockers on the ground anyway. Could have like Seal Away now. Just nothing. My opponent might be kind of stuck too. Tapping out our mountains there is a little bit of a telling sign. But if we'd had something previously, we probably would have used it to kill off the Courser too. So. Oh. This is the greatest tragedy of our time, folks. Greatest tragedy of our time. Cloudbeard Sphinx. Yeah, I don't think we can win now. Alright. Fine. That Courser did some serious work. Good games, good games. Oh, well now I'm in a tough spot. I want to show you off that stupid Quende play, but... Maybe this will have to end up being a 4-match series. That wasn't a real long game. Maybe we can sneak that in. That Quende was pretty sweet. Like, I feel like that the world needs to see that Quende. But I also want to show you my last match. You always want to see how it turns out, right? So maybe this will be a 4-match series. 4-match. And yeah, I think that'll be a good amount. I'll see you guys for our final match. It's all on the line here. We can't get the 5-0, but we can get the 5-1, which is just as good. Almost. Alright. All it comes down to this. Will our hopes be dashed? We've got this, right? Of course we got this. Opponent can't top deck Quende 2 times in a row. There's probably a way we could have snuck in 1 more point of damage in that first game, but probably just missed it. And that second game, I mean, we definitely could have mulliganed too, and we didn't, so. Punished perhaps justly. Opponent's going first. I think we're going to keep this hand. We've got Sapherd and Song of Freyalise, which is always a pretty potent combination. We need to find a land to play the Sapherd. Ideally a mountain, but... Ooh, Llanowells is actually even better than a land. At least probably. If they play, like, mountain and then shoot it, that's worse, but... Getting the Sapherd down a turn earlier is awfully nice. Okay, might have New Benalia. That's not actually a bad one because we don't really want to trade off our Saproling when we're getting such good value off Song of Freyalise. But my opponent probably doesn't want to attack in with Naiad Benalia into a Saproling either. So... Ah, stupid. No, the Pegasus Coursers, they ride again! I actually think we do Grow from the Ashes. We only get 1 card, but it means we can play Primordial Worm next turn for sure. Yeah. We're taking a lot, but we're taking a lot either way next turn. So let's play this. Go find a mountain. Next turn we have 6 mana. We can play Primordial Worm. Start bashing with that. Opponent has not found their second color yet. At least as far as they've let on. Yeah. It's a flying knight. At least this makes more flavor sense. A knight on top of a Pegasus. Stupid horse on top of a Pegasus shenanigans. I'm never getting over it. Wait. What? What happened there? Just tap it and attack somehow? Oh man, we're screwed up here, aren't we? I think we are bugging. Don't really know what to do. Guess we should just play our stuff? I have no idea what happened. Mammoth Spider might just be better in this case than whatever we're playing Primordial Worm. Doesn't use our mana quite as efficiently, but getting the spider in play is probably pretty good. No, we can't even play anything. I guess I'm gonna relog. I'll be right back. Does relogging even work here? Huh. Well, I mean, this is a beta. Maybe go to combat. No attacks. Can't play anything. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna end turn. Maybe it'll fix itself. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't want to concede. We have a 6-0 on the line. It's kind of unfortunate that it's working out this way. If I leave the game, it probably just concedes, right? Okay. Oh, there we go. Is balance going to be restored? I hope so. Oh, Haven Sentry in the air. Everyone gets counters. That's good. Huh. Okay, well. Get him, boys. Hey, we hit our opponent. Still can't play anything. Well, this is a interesting finale. I've been pretty fortunate, I think, as far as Arena goes, in that I really have not seen many bugs to speak of. But this is a pretty broken game. I guess if it just lets us attack turn after turn, we will win that race, if he can't play anything either. Oh, Haven Sentry getting in there. Oh man, alright. What even is this? Still can't play anything, right? Okay. Guess let's go to attacks. We're not winning the race anymore, but I don't think we can block either, so at this point I'm planning on just playing through to the end of this game and hoping that it fixes for our last two, and hopefully we can still pick up the win there. That even sentry from the side, though. Never see it coming. I guess we still have lethal. They don't attack with everything? Huh. I guess we are still winning. Kind of? What even is this? Okay, there goes the Pegasus Courser. Yep. Haven Sentry getting in? Yep. Oh, and I died? Oh, because it didn't count the attack from earlier? Okay, sure. Okay, well, we are down one match, or one game. Hopefully we can still pick up the match. Okay, no, that was pretty funny. Don't know if Broken Bond is good. It was good in our last matchup. But I definitely do want Pierce the Sky. Probably cut Sylvan Awakening again. I just don't know when this card's particularly good. It's good in long games. Good in weird long games. Yeah. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully things work. It's just playing hard mode, right? It's the real glory here. And like I said, for this being a beta, I have had remarkably impressive luck as far as like no manas or not like no bugs, no glitches, no nothing. That's the first time I've really seen the game die. And I played quite a bit of beta, so okay. So let's start off with Adventurous Impulse here, and pretty good. Kind of a shame to lose the plains, but I think we are going to grab Mountain, even though we have more of those possible in the deck. We still do have Grow from the Ashes that can find it. Things like Song of Freyalise can let us play our white spells. Yeah, there's Grow from the Ashes right on time. Do we want to play a Chronicler? It does help ramp us with Song of Freyalise, potentially. We could get back Adventurous Impulse in a couple of turns. Next turn, we'll probably play Grow from the Ashes. If we do that, we're up to 4 next turn, 5 the following turn, Spider, then Chronicler. So I guess we could maybe wait. No, my opponent's got a lot of like 1-3 shenanigans, or 3-1 shenanigans. I think we just want the Defender. Okay. I'm definitely expecting this game to like tilt off the rails at any minute now, but I still feel completely robbed that we couldn't get there with our 2 extra life points. Our life total wasn't correct. That's just gotta be cheating. Okay. So Grow from the Ashes so that we can play the Spider next turn seems okay. We're not getting, like, maximum value here, but that's okay. Let's go and grab our planes. Hey, planes. Good to have you. That Spider on time seems important against this sort of deck. Okay, they have not had a play yet. Let's go ahead and play our Mammoth Spider and end the turn. We may play Song of Freyalise next turn. It's not doing any, like, absurd work for us at this point, but yeah, probably still wait. Okay, Ancient Animus, we will wait until my opponent tries to, like, use a combat trick or something and Ancient Animus that. Ooh, Pierce the Sky is not a bad draw. Yeah, let's just pass the turn. I don't think we need to Song of Freyalise quite yet. Yeah, and we're hopefully just going to be able to kill Quende when they try and equip this guy up. Jousting Lance, fine. My opponent's like, I'm pretty sure you got something. But they're going to fall for it anyway. It's got double strike now. So if my opponent swings, we get to block, kill Quende. This actually works out like the best for us. Now, 2 for 1s, our Spider does die though. We really want to go for that. Okay, so maybe actually we just won't here. We'll just kill like that and save ourselves some damage. Okay. Rest in peace, Quende. We're not going to block though. I think my Mammoth Spider is just worth more. The Voltaic Servant is like a 3-3 Vigilance with First Strike when it's attacking. All those are good things. Do we want to try and swing with the Spider? I don't think we really need to. Maybe we play Song of Freyalise now and get that ticking so that we can give our team our +1/+1s. Okay. No attacks. If my opponent swings in, we'll block with Mammoth Spider and eat a potential combat trick, but stupid Quende. He even looks like he's smiling. Oh no, this guy's smiling at us. Uh-oh. Really don't want to take this. I don't want to use the Mammoth Spider though either. Yes, no blocks. That hurts though. And now we just need to find a removal spell pretty desperately. Grand Warlord Rada. If we can play the Warlord, that means we can swing with maybe both of these two. Try and block next turn. So let me trade for one or the other. It still doesn't seem great. Although let's just trade for Quende, which is maybe important. We could just get in with everything. And then next turn we're going to have a pretty big Vigilance swing. We chump block. My opponent can swing for as much as 10 next turn, probably. So yeah, I guess let's just get in with all of these. I think that's our best line. Okay. Wendy's gonna trade for Rada. Voltaic Servant's gonna That doesn't actually trade unless they've got a trick. Oh no, it's got double strike, that's right. Oh no, it doesn't have first strike. No, it does. What's attacking? I'm confused. Take servant. Oh, because Shauna shrinks. Okay, no, that makes sense. Okay, we got rid of Quende. We did trade a lot of value from the Song of Frailes, but Quende with Jousting Lance is a problem. So I think that's okay. Misawa. Kind of a nombo with the lance, actually, but not bad on sound. Yeah, we're just gonna pierce this guy, the Courser. There are worse flyers they could have, but that's a pretty bad one. Pretty much anything that holds a Jousting Lance is bad for us. Okay, let's swing with both of these guys. And then play a Sapherd. Yeah. Pretty, like, safe block there, I think, for my opponent, but no real reason for us not to try for it either. This is a close game. It's a close game. Mammoth Spider is big, is our kind of biggest selling point here. And Tetsuko is still blocked by Chronicler, unless there's yet another Quende. They've got 4 cards in hand. I have to think they've got something good here. Okay. Just Blessed Light on the Spider seems fine. Really hoping to find, like, some of our worms or just something big here. Land doesn't quite count. Okay. We swing with both. We get in for 2. We might be taking 3 back. Then we can swing back again the next turn. Otherwise, we're just taking 1 from Quende. Yeah, I think this is okay. We're going to hold the land. And maybe not. Maybe we do need to play conservatively there. I'm worried that my opponent just, like, needs double blue. And once they find it, they get to play something good. Maybe they have, like, a Tempest Djinn in hand? And they just never get to play it? The dream? No play. That's suspicious. Unwilling to equip a Quende? What could they have that they can now do at 6 they couldn't previously? Maybe they think they just need to really block? What's in their hand? I can't think of anything that changes once they get to 6 mana. Oh, okay, Rafficapation. Okay, that's pretty good. They get to snipe the Sapherd. They must have just drawn it, I guess? Although, I can't remember. Alright, rest in peace. That's gonna be pretty bad for us in general, though, just because of the Lance. Let's play our Llanowar Elves. It feels like we maybe could have won this game with maybe slightly more optimal play somewhere. It does hurt that we lost the first game kind of for free. But it is what it is. It's a beta. Yeah, we're gonna take 3 here. Ouch. Did not equip still. Wonder why. Our lands are doing us no favors here, though. We don't have particularly good attacks. Okay, Partick Wanderer's big, unfortunately. So that's probably going to get us pretty good this next turn. I had full control on because I was trying to bluff something. I don't really know why. Didn't want our opponent to think we had Stone Cold nothing, even though that is indeed what we have. So we have to chump block Partick Wanderer. They equip it up. Yeah, I think this game is just super over. So they equip that's 7 first striking. We put 4 in the way. We take 7. Yeah, okay. So that's 3, 6, 7. I guess maybe we want more than that, because Tetsuko maybe kills us the turn after. I don't think there's really anything we can find out of the deck, which is unfortunate, because finished off via Coendes, I suppose. Oh, we were so close to that sweet 5-0 finish. But our opponent thrashed us pretty soundly here. Oh, Blessed Light. That's pretty good. Rest in peace, Llanowar Elves. Alright. Well, I think the deck was pretty sweet, despite the fact that we didn't quite get there in the end. I was making tragic jokes about us going all the way and then losing the last 2, but that is indeed what happened. Quende was pretty funny in the last match. Okay, well, I guess let's look at the deck. Oh, that's true. There's no good way to look at your past deck, and I didn't ever take a picture. I always intend to, but I forgot this time around. So you guys will have to forgive me. We can all agree the deck was pretty sweet, though. We got a good number of times to look at it in the sideboard. We got 5 Dominaria packs and a few extra gems out of that, so it was still a good draft, even if we didn't quite go all the way. Let's open up some packs. Got 12 here, so we can do one of those sweet open 10s. Dominaria is getting closer and closer to being all gray for us, but we got a nice mythic rare wild card and a regular rare wild card. That's pretty good. Yeah, seems sweet. We also just got to the vault. Yeah, let's see how gray these are. I haven't actively been buying packs from other sets. As you can see, I have rather a lot of gold. The problem is the actual competitive drafts are the ones I really want to see, and those cost gems, so it means there's a lot less to do with the gold. However, now let's open up our sweet vault. Cool. I guess it's always the same. I don't know why I expect it to be different ever. We have enough to make a pretty sweet deck here, though. We've got 9 rares and 5 mythic rares. So if you guys want to see like a cool constructed deck, let me know. I'm not really sure what to build or what to try out, so I'm open to suggestions for sure. I am excited for this quick singleton, which we'll probably be playing into. So I might try and make like a singleton deck to run through a couple of matches. I'm not sure if this is going to be available permanently from here on out, or if it's a special edition sort of thing. But I love singleton format. It's one of the reasons why I really do like draft as much as I do, is because every match tends to have like a high amount of variety. And singleton kind of mirrors the same thing, except for it's a little bit higher power level and a little bit more refined. It does miss out on the actual drafting aspect, which is fun, but I like the diversity in gameplay. Singleton's pretty cool, so maybe I'll try and build a deck for that. In any case, I really do appreciate everyone that stuck through to the end. Hopefully all the matches were fun to watch, even if we did get got by Coinday in the end. It was a pretty good run, though. I'm happy with it, happy with the deck. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.